Jane Doll Studios presents the More Better Narrative podcast. This is episode 112 with BJ McMurtry, Mike Armine, Mike Wahlberg, Jesse Annell, Mark Pennington, and Nala Najjar.
Is a wild Mark about to appear at some point?
Is he?
Yeah, he's saying 2:15 he'd be here.
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to automate the turning that off instead of just getting up and pressing the button?
He has the power of editing.
Power of editing.
The power of the internet.
No.
You have cats?
Huh?
You have cats?
One
Where?
upstairs in a room.
Can you bring it?
Nope.
I love kitties.
No.
I want to see the kitty.
No.
I want to see the kitty.
No.
What does it look like?
A cat.
Like, what color is it?
Cat colored.
Well, they come in oranges and grays and blacks.
Have you ever seen your cat?
Once.
Once?
It's my sister's cat.
Well, go get it.
No,
Go get the cat!
not my cat.
How does it interact with the dogs?
It doesn't. Cat basically stays in its own section of the house and the dogs run around in the
Best
rest of it.
YouTube video ever.
Shake
We
Shack.
need to put your dogs in a room.
I like that you point to Armine when you refer to my dogs.
No, with his dogs.
Oh.
That YouTube
Oh,
video
oh.
lasts about 30 milliseconds, and
I'm fairly certain it would end up. I would have to end up on Live Leak because it would be not safe for life gore.
Right.
His dogs would end up eating mine.
Yeah.
I just had to pull a possum out of one of them, one's mouth.
Front or back?
The front of the possum or the back of the possum?
No. Of the dog.
Oh.
The front mouth or
Oh,
the
the
back
front.
mouth?
The front. No, he wasn't letting go. And then I had to finish the possum off because the possum wasn't dead.
You ever killed anything before?
I've killed plenty of possums before. I don't like doing it, but I had to do it with a shovel.
Like a big shovel or like...
How did you do it? Did you whack it or did you just stab it?
One I did stab, and I vowed never to do that again.
Remove the head or destroy the brain.
Is that what like?
This one I just...
Let me ask you. When you were doing it, what were you thinking?
Just have stockpiles of morphine in the house. And then when the feds inevitably bust you, just be like, no, they're for killing possums.
Possums, right?
I mean, I want to do it. I just don't want them to hurt because I'm liberal.
Humanely.
No, I just took a shovel and beat its skull.
Well, that's much better.
Oh.
It sucks, man.
You know, it's probably quicker to just stab it.
I did that once, and it like kept wiggling.
Yeah, that's nerves. It's dead.
Right. It didn't,
So your response is, I'm more comfortable with literally bludgeoning it like 4 or 5 times as it.
No, it was one hit.
One hit.
One hit did it.
How many of you killed where you're so efficient at killing possums that you can kill one with one hit?
What a fair amount.
We're talking hundreds, right? I mean, that's what we're talking about. You're literally like the Hitler of possums.
He has a pile in his backyard.
Yeah.
No, I actually do.
You have little cans.
I just throw the carcasses over the fence into the neighbor's yard. But there's no one living in that property, so it's...
Somebody's gonna finally get that house, and they're going to go out back, and it's just gonna be a possum graveyard.
What the? This is... Wait. What?
They're going to be moving into possum.
Why are all these other possums obviously crushed, and this one has no head?
Just one.
Yeah.
That's the day Jesse came over.
I just want Shake Shack.
It's gonna be rough beforehand. You're gonna have to earn your Shake Shack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Shake Shack.
I want a shake.
Right? I'm going. We're going to go afterwards when we get some food.
I got to go pick up Paul
Oh, yeah?
Where's Paul?
at his place.
You have a back brace?
Yes.
Well, good. He's a stout guy. Yeah. And you think you can handle it pretty confidently? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
He's coming over. He's got to do some laundry.
Cool.
Laundry.
And we're probably gonna eat something
Laundry.
and play with Henry. Yes, eat laundry. It's a good diet, high in fiber.
Socks are
It like
delicious.
cleans out the pipes, you know.
I know somebody who used to smell his socks at the end of the day.
Just to see if they're fresh for the next day.
See? Told you. I didn't even have to ask.
No, I'm talking like he wanted to savor the aroma of his day.
No. I did smell this great black guy yesterday, though. He was an older black guy. He was looking for a wedding
Are we
chapel.
recording
Was
this?
his name Rance Leddick?
No. It wasn't Lance. It was an older guy.
No, not Lance.
Yeah.
Rance.
Rance? No, it wasn't Rance.
Smart.
And he just smelled like vanilla and cotton.
He had
I
a
was like,
funny
this is
role
amazing.
in John Wick. Your boy Lance.
My boy Lance?
Yes,
I
it
didn't
is.
see it.
Yes, it is.
That's
Trying to
me.
make it work.
Jesse just
Did you
needs to
see
occupy
the-
less space.
Okay.
College humor sketch with Lance Reddick,
No,
Sorry.
I feel like I want you.
where he owns a toy shop.
Oh, man. No.
What's up, bro?
Ow! Why would you do that?
Why wouldn't I do that?
Touche.
What's up?
Touche,
How
Amore.
you feeling?
God,
Very
we
good
have
band.
a lot of people here.
No, they're not.
There's...
Howdy ho,
What's up,
neighbor.
What were you guys talking about?
Armand was talking about
smelling
killing
Lance
possums.
Reddick.
And smelling his socks.
Killing possums? I fucking hate possums, dude.
Yeah.
Horrible, man.
I know.
But would you, with a shovel?
Yeah, probably.
The worst... Are we rolling?
Yeah.
We've been
okay.
rolling the whole
I'm
time.
assuming
have
we were.
we?
Yeah, that's why
Alright,
I
I'm
said
not
that.
gonna go into
I wouldn't
that.
actually kill a possum. I just wanted to say it for, posterity.
No, my dog had it. And it's
He wants
not.
to-
I got to save face for my crew.
I'd kill a possum.
Oh, no, I didn't want it to... I mean, its ribs were crushed in. And it was still like...
No, if it's suffering, you gotta do something
Yeah,
about it,
you
you
know,
know?
I wasn't going to leave it.
Film it.
You're an asshole if you don't do anything
And
about
I
it,
did
you know?
something about it.
I always think the me myself and Irene scene where he tries to kill the cow.
And he puts like 20 bullets into
20
its head.
bullets, and then like when he runs out of bullets, jumps behind it and tries to choke it and like clog its nose so it suffocates. And then still at the end of the movie, it shows a picture of the cow with like a neck brace, saying that the cow is still living a healthy grazing life or something.
Well, yeah, I would assume that the cow is big.
The huge possums are like this. They're tiny.
I was surprised. This
Actually, they
possum
can
was
be big, yeah. They can get really
big.
big.
It was a big
No,
one.
I actually have kind of a vendetta against possums.
Vendetta.
Vendetta?
Yeah, I fucking hate possums.
What
dude.
letter do you have for vendetta?
P.
Yeah, P. P for yeah, P for vendetta.
P for
Fuck you.
I like the pointing too.
Yeah,
P for Vendetta.
yeah.
6 feet down.
What?
2K10.
It's not 2K10.
It's always 2K10.
Oh, you want me to continue with the story?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's actually not that interesting. One time when I lived with my parents in Florida, we brought our cat down there from Pennsylvania. It was a cat we'd had for about 13 years.
And you realized when you got your new glasses that it was actually a possum?
Yeah. No, but it got out the door somehow and it ran off and we never saw it again. And one night I was sitting there on my laptop and I hear like some shuffling and I hear something like clicking at the door and I'm like, oh cool, our cat's back. And I go there and it's a fucking possum eating the cat food that we left out for. So I'm like,
Aw.
fuck you.
Did your cat turn into
See,
the
I
possum?
thought you were going to say that it was sitting there eating the cat.
Oh, so did I.
If it was gonna be if it was eating the cat.
The possum's so evil. It found the cat.
Brought it
Back
back.
home. Looked at the cat's wallet, got the address, drugged the cat back to the door, and
then
proceeded-
ate it in front of its owners.
If the possum
and then
was-
looked up and says, "Fuck you."
No,
You're eating
no,
your
What
parents.
currency do cats use?
I don't know. I'm
You
assuming
don't
it's little
wanna
cat
No, I
dollars.
probably don't.
Yeah, no, dude. If that possum,
Canadian.
Canadian.
if the possum was eating the cat, I would have been so bad that there would actually be no more possums right now because that was like 12 years ago. I would have found a way to get rid of them.
I would have been okay with no possums.
Yeah.
Paul had a possum living in his backyard for a while, and it was adorable.
I'm not. They're cute. I just don't like to have to kill them. That was my thing.
Why do you have to kill him?
Because my dog bit it.
Yeah.
Why
You
not
can't
you-
just leave it suffering. You gotta get
Yeah,
rid
they
of it.
Dog, be a
regenerate.
vegetarian.
That's not gonna fly.
Take it to Lilith Fair and
Buy it all those Annie DeFranco albums you own.
I do own my fair share of Ani records.
You could start the first ever possum food truck.
I could. I actually did have
Sell
this
possum
thing I
burgers.
wanted to do on my front porch. Was I wanted to have a smoothie stand on my front porch, but I wanted all my homeroom kids to work it. Like, so we open 24 hours and we just rotate, but just
Slave labor.
But on your front
Yeah,
porch?
but on my front porch. Yeah, we call it immigrant fruits. It'd be great.
You put a lot of thought into that.
I did. It was awesome.
Yeah.
They were totally down.
Don't forget to put blueberries in it, because blueberries makes smoothies awesome.
That's what. I mean, there'd be blueberries.
That's what I do.
available.
Extra blueberries. Do you like blueberries, Mark?
No, he
Yeah.
hates fucking blueberries.
I love blueberries,
No, he
dude.
doesn't. You hate them.
I love blueberries.
You hate them.
Why would I hate blueberries? I definitely.
Okay, just go along with the crowd now, but I know how you really feel.
Okay. Do you have any like solid, hard, concrete evidence?
You've
for that?
told me you hate blueberries?
I have told you I hate blueberries. That never happened though.
I have a hard time distinguishing my dreams from reality.
Yeah, I can tell.
Could be a problem.
Has anybody seen a movie or something? Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
Yeah, we've seen. I've seen.
They saw a movie,
I've
and I saw Interstellar last night.
I've seen 2 since the last time I've been
And
on the
I saw it
podcast.
too.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
what's your final review of Interstellar?
Of Interstellar,
Boring. I haven't seen it yet. I just heard it was
I
boring.
loved it.
Yeah.
It's not
Are there
boring.
aliens in it?
No.
God damn it.
The possums.
Spoiler. There are no possums.
Okay.
No.
I like
No,
all
it's-
of my movies with Mexicans in them. Thank you very much.
There's definitely multiple times where I thought I had it figured out, and it was not what I thought it was.
We saw 2 really good movies. That movie Nightcrawler, which was fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's very good.
Like,
I've heard very good things about it.
What is it about?
it's about this
I assume
guy.
it's not the X-Men.
It's about something I
Nightcrawler.
don't think there's been a movie about, or at least not one that I know about.
Well,
it's actually pretty cool.
there's what the movie's about, and then there's what the movie's about. The events in the
There's a
movie are
movie
one
within the
thing,
movie?
but it's actually about this guy who's a sociopath.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
not just a sociopath. I mean, he's like fucking psychotic.
Yeah, like he makes Ryan Gosling and Drive look like perfectly sane.
Just like a quiet guy.
Yeah. I mean, because I saw a couple of reviews of Nightcrawler, and I think they kind of missed the point of the movie. Like this one guy made the comment that the events of the movie led him to be a sociopath.
No.
And the first scene in the movie, though, and you almost forget about it, because I forgot about this scene till much later in the movie. But in the first scene in
It's
the
actually
movie,
one of the best scenes in the movie.
he kills this guy for just because he just doesn't want to go to jail. Like he distracts this guy and then just beats him. He either beats him so badly there's no repercussions of it, or he kills the guy. And then later on in the movie, he has this guy that works for him, and they've been negotiating, which is actually a pretty funny part in the movie. This negotiation they have, and then finally the subordinate guy realizes the situation he's in and the moral problems with the situation that he's in. He goes, I can't do this. And then Jake Gyllenhaal very calmly, and this is when I remembered the scene at the beginning of the movie, leans over and goes, look, I don't know if you're aware of this, but we've negotiated and we've come to an agreement. And if you don't do what you've agreed to do, I will hurt you.
Are you spoiling the movie for me
No,
right now?
no, not at all. Not at all.
Because what happens after that?
Yeah,
is, like,
what-
insanely fucked up.
I'm not doing it now, but I'll do it right now.
Turns out Jake Gyllenhaal's actually a ghost.
But and at that moment,
He was dead the entire time.
That should happen in every movie. Oh my god, Jake Gyllenhaal's a ghost.
either that or it was a dream.
no, he wakes up and he's in the bubble.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Fuck, I thought I was done with this.
But no, it's a great. It's a great movie, and his acting in it's fucking insane. Like my dad went to see it, and he was just like, I watched that whole movie, and I didn't see Jake Gyllenhaal once. Like his acting was, and he lost just enough. He wasn't like he became emaciated or anything, but he lost just enough weight that his face was a little different. And his acting was just so consistent, and he constantly had this kind of like bug-eyed, kind of like I'm fucking insane,
Yeah.
And then the other movie we saw, which was
That was a while ago now.
fucking amazing. I can't say enough good things about it. Maybe one of the better movies I've seen all year. Despite the fact that it was kind of a stupid action movie, was that Keanu Reeves movie, John Wick.
Phenomenal.
I mean, fucking amazing.
It's basically perfect, to be honest.
Isn't the plot of that like somebody kills his dog and he has to get revenge?
Yeah,
Well,
and even at one point in the movie, like it's really funny. Somebody
well,
goes,
it's a bit more complicated than that.
yeah, well, but even at one point in the movie, somebody goes, "It was just a fucking dog." You know, like why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Just a dog.
No, it was basically his wife died like at the beginning of the movie, and you get he was like some kind of crazy government, like kind of like assassin type guy that could basically take out anyone. But you kind of get the impression at the beginning of the movie he'd finally kind of moved on to like a normal life, and his wife dies of some kind of illness, and she gets him a dog as like her final gift to him. And this guy who's like the son of like the mob boss, who's like ends up being like the kind of villain in the movie, just doesn't realize who he is and steals his car and kills his dog, and then
The day after the funeral.
Yeah,
You know,
it might
like-
have even been the day of the funeral,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, and it just basically just turns into that just kind of like all
just
hell breaks
snaps.
loose. It's fucking. But it doesn't even snap. It's what he would have done anyway. But it's just.
But the
fucking
movie,
crazy.
like what the movie does so brilliantly is the events in the movie and the action scenes are awesome, but the movie creates this world, and it's so textured and cool. Like I could see another movie set in that continuity with a completely different cast. It would. I'd still go see it. Like it was really cool. Like the character that Lance Reddick played in the movie. He wasn't in the movie a lot, but that character was just awesome. Like, but and then
I still need to go back and sample that scream.
but
Sorry.
No, you're not.
No.
but it was a really good. As a matter of fact, it was as good a movie as that Tom Cruise movie, just out of nowhere. Like I wasn't expecting much from John Wick, and I saw a couple of reviews on it. And the one,
Is that the movie where people were saying like Keanu Reeves might be saving film in this because he's so badass in it? Like
he
actually
was
does a really
insane.
good job.
He's
Like,
incredible.
It's relatively new, right?
Yeah.
It
It's,
came out.
yeah.
No, it came out like 2 weeks ago. It's really new.
Yeah, it's super
Yeah.
new.
Yeah.
more like a month ago, but yeah, I mean, relatively recently.
Yeah, it's really good, man. I mean, and it's I kind of totally forgot it was even coming out, but apparently, I mean, it got a big enough release that they did it in IMAX and everything. But it was really good. I honestly didn't. There's nothing I didn't like about that movie.
And the other thing that's noteworthy about it is it's a straight up kind of shoot 'em up action movie, but it's also a shoot 'em up dumb action movie for today. Like it's not like paying homage to like 90s action movies or 80. I mean, it's like a movie, and it doesn't. And the other thing about it is when you go to see an action movie now, you almost expect that like shaky cam kind of shit, like the
Born Identity kind of.
no, none of that. Like it has a little bit of the ambiance in some of the action scenes of like The Matrix, but none of that like slow mo cam. Like
Or they slow down the camera. spins
yeah,
around.
none of that. But I mean, it's a very.
You did that in The Matrix with him.
That's what I'm saying. It has that, but the vibe that it has is it's a very contemporary action movie. The violence in it is very sharp and insane. Like he uses his gun basically as a sword. Like I can't even describe it. Like it's just a good movie, and I really liked how it was shot. Like the action. I mean, the scene that takes place in the club is one of the best action scenes I've ever seen in a movie. Like it's insane. I mean, it's because it keeps going on and on and on, and it never gets boring or repetitive. And at one point, I'm literally in my seat going, like, I can't believe that they're pulling this off.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. Like, it's definitely worth going to see, and it's a movie that you kind of need to see in the theater. Which is weird to say about a dumb action movie.
Right.
But it's a good movie. The acting in it's really, and Keanu Reeves, despite sometimes his acting can be real hit or miss, he's pretty good in the movie. Like, he conveys all the emotions he needs to convey without going, "Darr." Like, I'm Keanu Reeves.
Was there ever a movie where he just burst out and said, "Darr, I'm Keanu"?
I think there was a
Reeves"?
lot
He came
of
very close in 47 Ronin.
Yeah, he came very close. Yeah, that was not his...
Speaking of dumb action movies, who's stoked for Fast and the Furious 7?
I haven't even seen Fast and the Furious 3.
I haven't even seen the second
I haven't
one.
seen second through whatever the hell they're
I
at.
haven't seen one of them.
Is the Rock
Yeah,
in
me
the new
neither.
one?
Good, see.
No, but Jason... Oh, yeah, I think he is.
In the seventh one, it's got The Rock, and it's got
I'll go see it.
Jason, whatever the hell
Couple-
that guy's name is.
Nesmith.
No, Statham or whatever.
Jason Statham?
Yeah.
He's
Really?
in it? Yeah, I think so.
And this
I'm in it.
in the
Yeah.
in the
For no reason, this guy...
in the preview it looks like he's
Using
reprising his role from the first Transporter.
Yeah.
Like just the way he looks. It's just he doesn't really change his look though.
I enjoyed
And has anybody
Transporter.
seen? Because I'd like to talk. I'd like to talk about it. Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
It was great. It was amazing.
Armine.
I didn't see it.
He hasn't watched anything.
No, it's actually really true.
Well, you watched that Knights of Sidonia.
Dude, that was awesome, man. Whew. The animation in that is outrageously good. The plot is really freaking outrageous. There's a lot of twists.
I don't know if you
It's just a
actually
really well thought out.
I don't know if you
science
actually
fiction.
noticed when it was you, me, and Rob that I actually bleeped out one thing that you said that was a spoiler.
Oh, the baby thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping people. I'm not going to bleep that out now because I'm hoping between last week and this week people have actually seen it.
Seeing what?
Except Armine was now. I'm going to bleep that out for you. Just
What baby thing?
There's a. Never mind.
Go watch
Just
Snowpiercer.
watch the movie, but it has one of the best.
Oh.
It has one of the best monologues in a movie ever. Like you're like, wow, I can't believe that's coming out of the mouth of the guy that played Captain America. Like you're like, wow.
okay.
But I like that director's. I don't know if it was his first movie, but I really like that movie he did, The Host.
That was really good.
That Korean monster movie was.
And once again, not the teeny bopper.
No.
The person possessed by some whatever.
Basically, a teen lit version of Invasion of the Body
thing.
Snatchers.
Yeah.
That actually sounds kind of awesome.
It's a
If there's a way to
Twilight.
combine the two movies.
It's a Twilight-esque version of Body Snatchers. Because
I never saw it. I saw the good one.
Body Snatchers.
The black and white
Oh,
one.
the
or
Host.
The host.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah,
But you've
that
seen
is
Invasion
a
of the
good movie.
Body Snatchers.
That's pretty good.
I don't think I've seen the original.
I've seen the black and white one. It's good.
I think I've seen the Invasion with what's her name, Nicole Kidman.
Oh, okay.
No,
I've
that's
seen
horrible.
It wasn't great. There were
The-
parts that I enjoyed though.
I really like the one with Donald Sutherland and Leonard Nimoy.
I didn't see that one either.
That's I really like that movie. It's needlessly like whatever the hell it is. Like, it's almost kind of it's not gory, but it doesn't shy away from that stuff, and it does have that scene where the one transition I guess fucks up, and like you see this dog for no reason in the movie just walking around with a human's head, just like walking down the street. You're like, what the fuck? But I really like that. I like the I guess it was the 70s version. But the black and white version is really good. But the black and white version is not even like trying to hide the fact they're actually talking about communism, because it came out in the 50s and like, oh my God, we'll all become mindless automatons. Ah,
Well,
yeah,
we kind of are.
yeah. After the fact,
After.
yeah.
Mindless.
It's all the Nazis we let into America.
Well,
after World War
at
II.
World's End, the Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, the At World's End movie, covered a little bit of that too.
Right.
When they finally get to talk to the being, they're basically like, we want to get drunk and fucked up and do whatever we want. We're supposed to screw up. This is what we do. And the being's just like, all right,
You guys are assholes.
fuck it. See ya. Bye.
I love that movie.
I only got like 20 minutes in because I started watching it on a plane, and I was like, I can't do this right now.
It's
You
a
should,
great movie.
You should go and watch it again. It's on Netflix, I think.
Really?
Maybe it's not.
It's
No,
not
I watched
on
it on Xfinity.
It's not on Netflix.
It's on Xfinity.
There's a
on demand.
really good interview that Mark Maron does with Simon Pegg, and they talk about that movie. I think it was Mark Maron on WTF, and Simon Pegg gets really insightful about the character that he's playing. Like it's in the movie, and it's a good companion to actually watching the movie. Like if you listen to that beforehand, because it gives you a lot of insights into the character. But anyway, you should do that. It's a good movie. It's maybe one of, other than like Shaun of the Dead, it may be one of the better movies that they've done.
I really like Hot Fuzz though.
Hot Fuzz is awesome,
Hot
but I
Fuzz
really
is
like.
amazing.
I saw that movie a lot, like more than most people should.
Hot Fuzz.
Yeah,
It's hilarious.
Pretty
I
much
like-
whenever it's on TV, I just kind of sit down and watch the
It
rest
kind of
it.
functions like Pulp Fiction too, because you can just start watching it at any point.
Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many like little caveats in that movie. Like I can watch it from the beginning and be fine, but I can also come in at any point in the movie and be like, oh yeah, like this is awesome.
10 minutes before the end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just I like all the. It's almost done like in these little vignettes, and I like all the, like, I don't know, I like that movie a lot. But
There's also stupid little like things making fun of even what they said earlier in the film. I love what it was. They talk about going through the whole phone book. He's like, "Oh, you're going to start with Aaron A. Aronson, are you?" And then at the end of the film, when they're in the little town, he asked the kid what his name was, and he said his name was Aaron Aronson.
That was a great movie.
I like that, even though it wasn't like officially like one of their movies. Like I forget who directed it, but that movie that the two guys did, Paul.
Yeah, I love that movie. And that was Seth Rogen that did the voice of the alien?
The thing I like about that movie is I went to see that movie, and I didn't realize like how seditious that movie was going to be in terms of like how it tackled religion.
Mm-hmm.
That was like out of left field, and it did it so well. Like making fun of religion.
Mm-hmm.
In my family's pretty religious, so like I was watching it with my two sisters, and I was like this is as uncomfortable as when I watched that Ricky Gervais movie, The Invention of Lying.
Invention of Lying.
With my mother.
Oh, yeah.
Who, that was like...
And you see him coming up with the 10 Commandments on pizza boxes?
Yeah. But I remember, like, after that movie, after The Invention of Lying, my mother's very religious, and she was like, I had to restrain myself from getting up and walking out. But, I mean, the thing I liked about that movie was... The Invention of Lying was that it... whether you're religious or not, it made a very compelling argument about atheism. And I don't necessarily agree with that, but, like, I have to admit, like, I understand where Ricky Gervais is coming from in his thought process, much more so than that documentary that Bill Maher did on the same subject. I like the fact that he made a comedy out of his point of view, and it was pretty insightful, and I understand where he's coming from with it, and I don't really understand why religious people get pissed off at shit like that. Like, if that's your opinion, that's fine, but you should be, if you really have a valid opinion on that and have thought it out, you shouldn't be offended by someone else's equally thought out opinion, and you should be able to at least, and if you really believe what you believe, you should be able to handle
Criticism.
Well, not just criticism, but someone else's, contrary point of view without it just crushing your world. Blasphemy! Blasphemy! Like...
Humans,
Well,
man.
I mean, the thing is, like, a lot of religious beliefs can't really exist. Well, you can't really think that and let other viewpoints into your mind.
Well, I think it goes back to the
Because-
fact that you can't rationalize with somebody who hasn't actually rationalized their point of view.
Yeah.
Because most religious people, the problem with them is they're religious because somebody told them they should be religious. And that's literally as far as their thought process has gone.
Yeah.
Right, but by pointing the finger and calling blasphemy, they validate what they believe.
Right.
And that's...
Well, no, they're
Yeah,
attempting
exactly.
to validate what they believe.
No, but to them, they do validate
Right.
it. I mean,
by
to other
crushing
people...
by just shutting the other person up.
Right, exactly.
With fire.
Okay, I think we're gonna go get milkshakes and burgers, right? Because I'm fucking hungry.
I want to
not
get some
done yet.
Mexican food.
We're done. We're done.
Yeah,
We're done.
It's quesadilla time or something.
No, you
wanna
can't
ki-
get quesadillas at Shake Shack.
Yeah,
Are
we're
you
going.
sure?
We've
Casey
already.
Dillon.
We've
Oh, we're going
already.
to Shake Shack? Oh, that's even better. Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
Shake
Let's go to Shake Shack. They do a good veggie burger.
Another one right up here.
I didn't even know they had one up here.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's in King of Prussia.
King of
Prussia.
Prussia.
King of Prussia.
Sorry.
So, yeah, I'm sorry, everyone.
I was just starting to get into it.
Goddamn. Oh, one thing I want to talk about.
I don't care.
That's how good
No-
restorations
nobody
were last
cares.
night.
They were really good, but I want to talk about that show we played in.
Oh man!
Oh, yeah. This
In,
is actually a
oh,
good story.
man.
I mean, this is
Wait,
insane.
is this the Maryland show on Friday or something?
No, this was in West Virginia on Halloween.
Ooh.
In what's the place called?
Shepherdstown.
Shepherdstown,
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It was well. First off, we have to back up to the day before because we played Philly, and everything about that night was horrible.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I kind of felt bad for not going to that
Well,
show.
no,
but
I'm
then
glad- I'm
then
glad
Jesse
you-
told me afterwards, he's like, man, thank you so much for not coming to that show. It was horrible.
but yeah, that everything about that, it was Thursday night in Philly when we played was almost a soul crushing. Like, why are we doing this? It was just
Oh,
it was,
Jesse finds out what it's like to be in a band.
Plays more than 2 shows a year.
well, no, it was just a perfect mix of complete apathy by everyone in the venue, mixed with us sounding bad, and
Sounds like a
it was
show.
just a shitty experience. Like I literally got into a fight with the bartender because I had forgotten my ID and he was trying to kick me out of the venue.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah, and
shit.
I'm like, dude, he's like over 40. And the guy's like, I don't care. And I'm, like, I'm just saying, like,
The guy's like, you gotta wait in the green room before you play. I'm like, we're literally about to play. You just watched me do sound check.
You have a green room?
Well, apparently they do.
That's the
Green.
basement.
Yeah, he wanted to. and the other thing, there's like 8 people there. You know, I mean, it's not
all
like
in bands.
yeah, they're all everyone there is in a band.
Yeah.
But then like
Well, I'm bummed out that I didn't go so I could sit at the bar and piss you off.
it was horrible. But then like I took
No,
off.
he's not actually 21. He just kind of looks that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that aging disease. I'm actually 5.
Yeah,
But
that
I'm
makes
this
sense.
many.
But like so the next
You gotta
day, like
question it though. You gotta go.
but the next day, like I took off from work because I knew I was gonna have to do all the driving, and I just hung out of my apartment and relaxed. And Armand shows up at 4, and we get on the turnpike and are driving down there. And even from the first when we pulled into the first, it's Halloween,
Yeah.
and we pull into the toll booth thing, and the guy's standing out in the toll booth, and he hands us 2 lollipops.
Yeah.
And at that point, and he goes, "Enjoy the traffic." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Well, that was weird." And then we, so like even from that point on, it was kind of this weird, kind of surreal experience.
Was he wearing a costume?
No, that would have been
No,
well,
he was just randomly handing out lollipops to people because we took 76 to 80 and then 80 down south. We didn't do 95, so he's just handing out the tickets, for the where you for the end of the line
with a lollipop.
with the lollipops, and he's like, "Have fun sitting in traffic," and we're just like, "All right, man,
have fun, kids."
yeah."
But we, so we're driving down there, and we have it's a nice drive. It's really pretty, and just the beginning of fall kind of thing, and we're driving.
Way to
down.
romanticize it.
Well, I'm just saying it was
That's like some
Do
Nathaniel
you guys have
Hawthorne
candles
shit.
and a steak dinner?
You know what? Go fuck yourself. And the whole time
We
I
each had our
Armand
hand on the
finally
clutch.
wearing that
Yeah.
negligee that Jesse always wanted.
I just prefer naked. I'm not really into lingerie, but that's just my
But
thing.
you want him to feel sexy. You don't just want what you
I don't
want.
give
Yeah,
a
it's
fuck
not
about
about
him.
sexy in my
I don't give a
long
fuck
johns.
It's
about
not always about you.
As a matter of fact, if they feel uncomfortable, I feel better. Because God knows I feel uncomfortable. But anyway, like we pull it, like we're getting farther and farther. Like I was told Baltimore, Baltimore, Baltimore every time that this show was referenced. Like this show's in Baltimore. Oh, and then like towards like the last couple of times, a suburb of Baltimore, like and we actually
It just keeps getting
farther and farther away from Baltimore. So we're driving out there, and
What
I'm
about the
like,
shows in Canada?
Yeah. Flint, Michigan.
so as we get closer and closer to this town, it's more and more and more out in the middle of fucking nowhere, and I'm like, this is just gonna be horrible. Like, and I keep thinking like all the bands we're playing with are like metal bands. I'm like, this is gonna be like a local, like
It's gonna.
yeah. So I'm like, you know where I'm thinking like this is
Yeah.
we're a fucking obscure noise band. This is not our. This is there's no way this is going to be our audience. And I'm just like, fuck it, I don't care, And so. And even Armand, when we pulled into the town, like he's looking at the GPS and he goes Main Street, and we pull on Main Street, and even Armand goes, "Ha, Main Street,
There's nothing.
Yeah.
Like it was one house in a field of corn, and I was like, "This is outrageous." So we just keep driving down Main Street, and it becomes like you see a house, and a mile
And the
later,
sun's
you
like
see
we pull
two
into the town and
houses.
it's daylight. By the time we get into the town, it's dark. That's how like so like it's
So
like,
long Main Street.
No, I mean but that's how like fast
Oh, okay.
like but like so by the time we. But tell them what happened when we got into the town.
We get into
This
town,
is fucking amazing.
and the roads are like blocked off because it's Halloween, right? So
with
like
cop cars,
with
lights
cop
on.
cars with lights on. So it looks like some shit's going down because people are out with flashlights,
But it's really just people like
people taking their kids from door to door, and so hundreds of them. Like it's not like
People. I mean, like-
hundreds of like they have the like main street where we were playing
somebody's
on
giving out full-size candy
was
bars.
blocked off, and there are people sitting out in front of their businesses handing out candy and costume on every
Hundreds.
business.
So it's finally a town that does Halloween properly.
Right.
But it gets even crazier because like we go to where we're playing, and it's a pizza shop.
Yeah, I walk up out there, and then at this point, I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Like, there's all
Because
this.
it was weird. So
Like-
we put our stuff in the basement, and we go to
No.
walk-
We walk up there, and we're like, well, this place is supposed to be a pub. This is a goddamn pizzeria.
Right.
So I call Steve, and Steve's like, and Steve immediately, from Destroyer of Light, and Steve immediately knew what I was thinking. He goes, oh no, dude, there's a bar underneath
it.
the pizza place. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. But then when we go down there, I got to describe when we walk. When we walk down the steps, this is what we see: 3 people at the bar. There's like one of those spinning balls with all the little lights, like colored lights coming off of it. The room is brightly lit, white tile floor, and mirrors on the wall. And I'm like, "There's 3 people here. Like, this does not
Wait,
look."
white towel? Like, so it was bright.
It was bright. We're just like, and there's no equipment in the place. We're just like, okay, whatever. And then I got to show you this. And I'll email it to you too. I gotta find it.
Well, while he finds it,
Oh, watch this. This is when we go back outside. This is in front of City Hall, right across the street.
yeah,
A goddamn marching band was playing.
there's a march. People doing cartwheels in the street. It's Halloween night.
A goddamn marching band.
It was outrageous. People are dancing. There's like a platform, and like girls in like flapper outfits are dancing on the platform, and the marching band's playing.
And the
Believe them.
whole marching band's dressed in costume.
Yeah.
And not as a marching band. They're dressed in like,
And there's only like 30 of them because this town has no more than 2,000 people.
We gotta go. We gotta
Dude,
all go.
we
to
go
this place
get
for
some
Halloween.
really banging
I mean,
Thai
we-
food
Yeah, we go to this, like one of the best Thai restaurants I've ever
ever
eaten.
been in.
Like, and we go back to the venue, and all of a sudden the venue's just changed. They got all the equipment set up.
There's like tons of people.
Yeah, they're like, and then we talked to the guy promoting the show, this guy Ben Proudman. And,
Is that a real name?
Yeah, but
Is
he
that
was
like
he was
Benedict
really
Cumberbatch?
yeah. But I was really like he was really cool, and you took care. Like he matter of fact he offered us, and I don't even know why we didn't do it, but he offered. He was like, well, you guys can play now, and then you guys can play again. Like, you guys can actually play 2 times. Like,
Yeah.
and we were like, Not after the experience I had last night. No, thank you. You know, like, no, basically. But we set up and we play. And again, like, and the other thing that was weird, and even Mike pointed this out, like, it's Halloween, so people are dressed up. And there were a lot of, like, all the bands were kind of metal bands. And it was hard to tell if the people in the audience were metalheads or dressed up as metalheads. So, like, we didn't really know the audience that we were playing to. And, you know, and I'm so kind of traumatized by the night before. Like, we set up our equipment, and we fixed some of the technical problems that we had the night before. And everything sounds great. And I can't even look up at the audience. You know, like, I mean, I can tell. I think this is going well because no
shoes that were there before are still there.
Yeah, like no one has left, and I'm incapable of just looking up.
You need to start wearing a hat.
Yeah, and we get. I should just wear one of those like mouse heads, like that one.
You hear that Dead Mouse is currently in litigations with Disney over that mouse
I knew
head?
that was coming. Matter of fact, the last time I talked about him, like somebody, I think Joe Rogan had interviewed him, and then later in the Joe Rogan podcast, like in another podcast, he was talking about that interview. He was like, "I'm surprised that Disney hasn't sued him." Over that. So it's funny.
Anyway, continue.
But like, so we get done playing, and people are actually clapping and coming up, and like, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then it turns out that this town is a college town, and and then Steve was telling us like. Oh, and before we
What college was it?
I don't even know.
Small. It was like a new junior. It was an old junior college that has now opened up to like 4-year programs.
But even Steve from Destroyer of Light was freaking out because he was like, you know, when we first got here, it was like this rinky-dink town, and we had nowhere to hang out. Like the bar wasn't open yet, so they let us load our equipment in, and then we asked where we could go hang out, and they told us to go hang out in this coffee shop. So we went over there, and he goes, and it was the weirdest goddamn thing. I go, what? Like, I can't fucking believe it. I go, what happened, Steve? He goes, we walk into this coffee shop in this weird town out in the middle of fucking nowhere in West Virginia, and they're playing Sun when we walk in. And he goes, if that wasn't weird enough, the next song was a song by Sleep. And then he goes, and right in the middle of it, the owner of the place was dressed in a costume and comes out and just starts screaming and throwing candy around, and then goes back to the back. And everyone in the band, everyone in Destroyer of Light, and this is like in the middle of the day, everyone in Destroyer of Light was just like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah,
and the only way you can describe this town, it looks like the town
from the movie Halloween.
From the movie Halloween. Like, that's what it like are we about to... Does this end with us dying?
Yeah.
Like, are we about
cobblestone roads, wide streets, like weird spotlights, and leaves constantly falling.
Yeah, like
constantly.
Sounds amazing.
It was
insane.
Great. Like, I'm going back next year for Halloween.
I'm going next year for Halloween.
I will go with you.
I'll go with you.
Let's make it make it a podcast event. We'll all go.
Let's do the podcast from there.
It was insane. It was one of the weirdest experiences of my life. It was fucking insane.
Yeah.
We should make it a yearly tradition.
The only thing that I'm upset that we didn't do is that there was a house party.
Oh, there were house parties. There was like
where we parked.
Yeah, right where we parked, there was a house party.
I
we could have just walked.
I wanted to go hang out in there, but it was late. It was like 2 a.m. before we left, or like 1:30 or something.
And we actually got paid pretty well. That was shocking. You know, like but yeah, it was a weird experience,
but a good one.
Yeah, it was a good experience.
A stark contrast to your Philly.
Oh, it was
like before.
It's just a stark contrast to Philly in general. Like,
people actually seem to like appreciate you coming out. You know, like, hey, thanks for coming. You know, blah blah blah. Like, and then even after we played, like and I would say about 2/3 more people showed up after we played, and through the whole night, like people consistently were coming up saying, "Hey, it was cool to see you guys do what you do," you know, kind of thing. I mean, it was, you know, it was just a really cool, validating experience. Especially in contrast to the night before, where no one even bothered to look at us.
So I think that something that Jesse's learned is that, you know,
Philly sucks.
He'll put some effort into.
You know, go fuck yourself.
So if you were to wear a dead mouse type helmet, what would it be?
I think it would literally be a dead mouse.
You know what I would wear is a 1/4-inch jack. A giant 1/4-inch jack.
So like one of the the headphone adapters.
Yeah.
You just pop that on your
Screws
head.
on. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Uh-huh.
I think we should do this.
I have to find. No, I don't want to say that. Okay.
I know what you're gonna
Is
say.
it something
Yeah.
to do with insertion?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That
All
would
right.
be a great Halloween pair. If I had the 1/4-inch and one of you guys had.
Are you seeing the thing on my background on Facebook?
No.
Sup player.
Yeah.
Hey bud.
Hey,
What's
bud.
up, player?
What's up, player? I'm confused.
Earbuds.
The ones that
Earbuds
earbuds.
talking
The other ones.
to an
that-
iPod.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah. I like that. That's fun.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
You know what, Mark? I don't need your. I don't- Fuck you.
What? What did I do?
You know what you did.
Yeah,
You know you didn't do.
yeah.
You know who did what you didn't do.
Yeah, who did it?
Him.
You fuckwad.
I know.
Diddy did it.
He did it?
Diddy did it first.
Diddy did it.
Diddy did do it.
Diddy did it.
Diddy does it.
Diddy did something. I don't know. I'm done.
It turned into like Morse code.
Yeah, I
with
think
a fucking speech impediment.
May
Diddy,
actually
diddy,
be
diddy,
developing
diddy,
a speech
diddy,
impediment while trying
What
to
the fuck
say
is
that.
this? Diddy?
Diddy.
Diddy? Paging me at Diddy?
God. Wouldn't verbal Morse code defeat the purpose of having fucking Morse code?
Not
Yes.
really.
Yeah.
No, because if somebody doesn't have Morse code, it's kind of like speaking another language.
Well, not really.
Who speaks another language? I mean, we're all American.
He speaks another language.
You speak another language?
Okay, from now
I'm
on.
trying.
Yeah.
We're completely ignoring the one who actually speaks another language.
Yeah.
I can barely
Yeah.
speak English.
Yeah,
I can
we
order
all know
food. That's about it.
Only because there's apps. You have to.
And it's in English.
I had Andrea ordered Domino's when we were in Nagoya, and she went out to walk her dog, and the pizza guy showed up at the door, and I was never more terrified about a pizza guy showing up.
No! What do I do?
Yeah, just a lot of nodding and smiling.
Like-
Just give me the fucking pizza. I already paid you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
He was very polite, and the pizza was actually very good.
Wow, that's good. Have you seen that Pizza Hut commercial with the cats? That's Japanese. It's fucking amazing.
Oh, like they're just employees, and
The cats are employees and they just sit around sleeping the whole time. It's really
Isn't
funny.
Pizza Hut doing a pizza that is just the crust but wound in a spiral?
What?
They do the stuffed crust pizza. That's what we're talking about.
Right, but then they
That's not a spiral, Mike.
make
It's
a
just
new
stuffed
thing where they
crust.
just take the crust and they wind it up and it like a Cinnabon almost.
No, it has cheese in it. It's a stuffed crust.
No, but it's like it goes like this.
You do understand, pizzas are all crust.
Yeah.
No, but it's not.
It's not a cinnamon, Mike. It's a pizza from Pizza Hut.
No, but
They
what
do
I'm
a stuffed crust.
But they wind the.
Right, they take the pizza crust and
But they
that's
put
still
cheese in
pizza
it.
crust.
It's still
Right.
a crust, even if it has cheese in it.
Yeah.
Is there something else than cheese and crust in this
Look,
pizza? Is there some?
They even have the
some
new one where
tomato?
they have cheese and bacon in the crust.
Look, I'm just trying to get this. Someone took the crust, right?
Right.
Like they wound it up like a snake and then
Like crust.
unraveled it and made it a big circle.
And I think it's just
Like a
called
pizza.
stuffed crust. But
That's-
not stuffed crust pizza.
So it's
Are we googling this?
Just go to the website.
What's a website?
Believe me, I know for a fact you know what a website is.
We have one of those.
Maybe images. Yeah. The spiral.
Is it called the spiral? No. Is it called the stuffed crust?
what is it called?
I mean, it's Pizza Hut, so I'm not gonna eat it at all.
I love pizza.
So why are we even having this
That's
discussion? I'm not going to eat it either. There's a perfectly good pizza place right near me.
I don't
What
see.
does it look like?
Yeah, there is, isn't there?
Spiral.
Eagle pizza.
Eagle pizza.
It doesn't actually have eagle on it though.
No tomato.
Bummer.
Yeah.
I'd like extra eagle. And can I get the beaks on the side?
This is
No,
like
you gotta put that beak on side.
this is the pizza where the crust is actually garlic knots that you tear off.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Maybe.
Well, you could have just said there were garlic knots on the pizza.
I don't know.
Are you talking about garlic knots?
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's not the same thing as what you were saying.
There's another
That's like a
one
different
where the crust is cheeseburgers.
Oh man.
Oh wow.
All right, I need to go to Shake Shack.
Fuck you all.
I'm
tired
Mark
of your-
Pennington.
He's
Fucking-
Mark Pennington.
Mike Wahlberg.
Hi.
Hey,
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
Thank you for listening to the More Better Narrative podcast. Find us at mbnpodcast.com or on iTunes. For more information, visit us on Twitter or Facebook at mbnpodcast.com or email us at morebetternarrative@gmail.com.